Hello, Gina. How are you doing? I am tired. It's been a long week. And next Tuesday, the kids come. I have workday Monday. It is what it is. I hope you're doing well and your school year runs well. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. The Black Widow. How are you doing, young lady? So I had what's called convocation every year right before school starts. The central office gets everybody together. It's one time of the year that the entire staff for the district gets together. And they have what they call convocation. And they usually have it at the largest church in town, which is Faith Family. It'll seat over 2,000 people. About 2,400 people will seat. And they get the entire group together. So I did a couple of shorts while I was there. I recorded a couple of segments. One of them before they got going. I got there an hour early to get seating and to get parking and everything. So, greetings from Louisiana. Hello, KP. I can imagine. It was 100 degrees here. Right now it's 100 degrees. This time of the year gets over 100 degrees. I have not been. I watched a few shorts. I run through shorts and I leave comments, and that's about it. I have not had time to look at any videos. I still have not looked at the video that Black Widow did of the box I sent her, and I will do that this weekend. So I did that video, and then I did another one when they actually the band was going and they were all in there and it was pretty, rocking pretty good. I did another one, a second follow up, and I just called it pep rally. I called it, called it pep rally because it was like the staff or the district pep rally for the district. And they had the two high school bands, and they had most of the secondary cheerleaders for the two high schools and for the four middle schools. They were all there, and they were, it was nice, and I enjoyed the interim superintendent because we don't have a superintendent right now. We have an interim superintendent, which is the deputy superintendent of the district, and he did a real good talk about salaries, percentages, money, and I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed it, and I understood it. I understand the financials of that kind of stuff because I used to do. I wasn't a superintendent and I was an assistant superintendent, but I was at central office. I did handle federal dollars and budgets and that kind of stuff, and campus budgets and money. So I know how that works. When I was a principal at campus principal. Melinda Elliott. Don't you dare until I see it. If you're planning on deleting it, then put it in a folder and send it to me. Clip it, and send it to me. You're gonna tell me that you did a video unboxing mail call of my box, and you're gonna delete it? You're right. I doubt that. Thank you for the thumb. 5 in the house, or 6 in the house, and 4 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. It will be greatly appreciated. So just talking about where I'm at. Has too many views. Well, I'm glad it's got a lot of views. It'll spread my fame, or my fame, or notoriety, notorious, or whatever. I'm sitting at 1,676. When I hit 1,700, there will be a drawing for a goodie box. The way you qualify for that drawing is, and I was explaining to somebody today, well, I'll lift likes and, I left a like and a comment on the last live stream and on your short, and I appreciate that. But to qualify for the goodie box drawing, it's leave a like and a supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos, videos, videos that I've done. In the last 2 months, I have done 5 videos. I've released 5 videos in the last 2 months. A total of 5 in the last 2 months. The last video I released, which has, at the time I last looked, was 49 views. It was a video of the goodie box that I sent the Black Widow, putting it together, eating a taco, talking about it, doing a little prepping. And that was the last video I released. The one I released before that, which is only a minute and a half, minute 45 seconds, it's not a long, I hate to say shorts because they think, oh, it was a short. No, it was not a short. It was a video that was short. It was not a long video. It was a video that was like a minute and 45 seconds. So I would normally just say it's a short video, which it was. But when the word short comes in, everybody thinks, oh, but look at shorts, No, it's not a short. Hello, Nicole. Welcome, Nicole. I am behind. Go there, add as moderator, standard moderator. Okay, Nicole, you should have a blue wrench. You should be a standard moderator now. Leave another comment. Let's see if you're blue. Idaho Garden Girl, how you doing? So that nobody misunderstands, videos, the last 5 videos that I will have released when I hit 1,700. Now, I may not release any more videos, or I may do the video of the secondary box for Uncle Al. Well, it's not a secondary box. It's like a 3rd or 4th box. I mean, I've sent him multiple times. He sent me multiple times. Same thing with Dave. It may be a video of the box for, it might be 2 videos. It may be a video of Uncle Al. It may be a video of Dave. But I may, depending on when it comes out, I mean, if I wake up in the morning and I've hit 1,700, and I've done that before, where overnight I'll pick up 20, 25 views. Doesn't happen often, but I've done that. And if all of a sudden I'm at 1,700 and it stays that way for like 24 hours, I will immediately go and write down the list of who all's left me a like on the last 5 or the last video, and then I'll start backtracking. Next video back, either check it off or scratch it out. And when I get through 5 of them, whoever's still standing or whoever's names are still there without any scratch outs, those will be the people that are in the hat I will put the names in the hat and I will do a drawing, and I'll show y'all do it, and I'll show y'all pulling it out, and then I'll show, me loading up the box. So, and there will probably be a taco in there because there will be some taco talk. So there'll probably be a taco and some coffee involved. And it may be very short, or it may be me long-winded, 15 minutes. I don't know. I put, when I do an endeavor, it'll have like segments in it, different little stuff that I'll put in it. And so I usually release those as premieres. So if it's a premiere, it'll probably be on a Wednesday at 6:30. But that's where I'm at right now. Hello, Holly Ivins, and hello, Mr. Whistle. Hello, Devil Dog Prepper. I'm behind. Let me backtrack and see who all's been leaving comments. Little Lone Prepper, hello. So we are at the time. Jesus Lord. Hate it when I'm doing a live stream. The wife calls. I just hung up on her. Horrible. Little Lone Prepper, Mr. Whistle. Hope you're having a great day. Wife should know better than that. Devil Dog Prepper. I hope you're feeling well. Holly Ivins. Hello, Holly. You know what amazes me? I look at my snapshot after I do a live stream, and sometimes it will tell me 0 chat rate. Now, I look at all the chat that's going in there, and you've got all these different people greeting each other, making comments, asking questions, and then the video comes up and says 0 chat rate, or chat rate of 1, or chat rate of 2. And I'm thinking, really? Really? Sometimes I'll get the snapshot and I say I had so many views, and then the next day when I look at it, after it scrolled up and everything, spooled up and everything went going, it says, well, you didn't have 302 views, you had 270 views, or something like that. But then on the snapshot, it's showing 302. I don't know what to tell you. Or it shows a low chat rate when people are making comments left and right. I don't know. YouTube's algorithm, YouTube's AI, I do not know. I do not know. It's sort of like where I work. It's like our HR department, human resources, or like our payroll department. I mean, some of the stuff that they do or fail to do. I could tell you stories about me trying to come back to work and all the BS I went through to get my contract, or to get my to get my pay and everything, and to actually start getting paid. Just I don't know. And they'll look at you. They'll look at you like, what are you talking about? Seven in the house. 11 likes. So, and my long guy is going to come over Sunday, not Saturday. So, Johnny or Robert, if you're listening, I'll text you afterwards. We'll talk about breakfast in the morning at 9. Usually during the school year, I can only eat out with my friends on Saturdays. But if the yard guy's coming over, I can't do it on Saturday. But this weekend, the yard guy's coming over Sunday, so I can do Saturday morning for breakfast. So I am tired. I am tired. My room is looking good. I'll do one more video. This is the time of year where you get to see videos of stuff going on with school. So if you're interested, and they'll be shorts. So they don't take too long to watch. The stuff I do when I do shorts is obviously under a minute. A lot of times it's 30 seconds or less. So I've done 2 prior shorts. If you look at my shorts, the recent shorts in the last week or so, I've done 2 prior shorts where I basically do a scan around the room. First one was I came back, and this is how the custodians left it after they did the floors and the maintenance painted and all the whatever. And then the second one was like an intermediate one where, okay, we got the furniture sort of adjusted where the furniture needs to be, and the desk and the various things, and we're working on the bulletin boards, and we got some of the stuff up and looks a little better. Well, the one I do probably Monday, I'll do another one Monday, and it'll basically, this is the way the room's going to look this year. And it'll have all the different, bulletin boards change with the seasons, but this is how it's going to look this year. I'll do a short on that. And Matt Hallbrook, who's got a good channel, he puts out good content. He left me a comment that it's good to change up what you're showing instead of just food, because a lot of times the shorts that I'm doing, because they're on my back about doing more than at least 1 or 2 shorts a day, and I may drop another one this evening, so that'll be 3 today. They say you should do 4 shorts a day and 2 videos. Well, that ain't happening. That it would be a rarity for me. There have been a few occasions when I dropped 3 shorts in a day. This is going to be one of those days where I drop 3 shorts. And yeah, but I'm really tired. I got up this morning about 4:30. I was up this morning at 4:30. I was over at my school just before 7. I was over at the church for convocation before 7:30. And convocation was from about 8:30 to 10:30. It was a good 2 hours. 2 hours. And they actually cut it a little short for me, thank God. It's a little short than sometimes it is, Mr. Chelan, how are you doing? I'm talking, not paying attention. Let me check the chat. Top chat. Mr. Chelan. Ed is a moderator. You should have standard moderator, sir. Welcome to my channel. Mr. Chelan is a support. He is not a creator. But I appreciate you coming in, sir. Welcome. So I don't want to get into specifics about stuff, relating to identifiable things. But, education today is a little different than education the way it used to be. And today's generation, I call myself old school. Old school. And I am a baby boomer. The baby boomers were the generation after the war till about 1964. And they call us boomers. Our generation built the modern world after the war. We reaped the benefits of our parents' generation. And those were some good years. There were some bad years, but there were also some good years. We had World War II, defeated the Nazis, defeated the fascists, Imperial Japan, the axis of evil, you want to call it the axis of evil. Well, there's a new axis of evil. And according to certain individuals, that axis of evil is Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea. My thoughts, personal thoughts, are if they don't mess with us, leave them alone. You know, I'm old school, but as long as it doesn't affect me, as long as they don't mess with me, do what you're going to do. You know. Now, I do stand up for law and order, and I do stand up for what's right. But I believe, if people are going to do things that hurt themselves over a long period of time, like they're alcoholics or they're smokers or whatever. I don't smoke. I haven't had a drink of alcohol in years. But as adults, it's their right to do it. If they want to be self-destructive, it's their right to do it. Not for me, but you want to do it, it's your business. I like what Elon Musk has said. I listen to a lot of quotes from Elon Musk. I think he's like a genius, and he's done so much, and he's doing a lot of positive stuff. Now he's got a lot of haters, but he's stepping on their toes. He's stepping on toes. And he said, "My wallet is conservative." He says, "Socially, I'm liberal. I'm pretty much for free speech and whatever." Well, now, if you're for free speech, now you're sort of like, well, you're one of those right-winger types, because we don't like what they're saying. Well, I don't like a lot of stuff that the left's saying, but they can say it, and they got their own echo chamber. People who want to listen to them, listen to them. People who want to listen to conservative, listen to conservative. Some people listen to a little bit of both. It's their business. Yoda, my friend Yoda. How you doing, Dave? And living my best life. Oh, two wonderful people. Yoda Papa. And living my best life. Echo. I got to get back into my making a playlist. I got to get back into doing it. I got a brand new device. I got two new devices. One was reconditioned, one was brand new. I got a brand new 10th generation iPad. I'm still waiting for the I'm waiting for the iBook to come in, which is a reconditioned or iBook. And but I need to get back into running my playlist. I was running until I started having a lot of problems. I was running my playlist every day. I got to get back into running my playlist for my friends and running their streams and giving them their playtime and everything. And I really need to do it tonight. I just need to basically run the playlist and run them. We get into habits of doing things. We get into habits of not doing things. 11 in the house. 12 likes. We are just about close to 30 minutes in. I apologize last night. I stopped after about 40 minutes. I started getting that feeling like I was going to have a coughing spell, which I did after I ended. For whatever reason, I felt like I was going to have a coughing spell. So I said, I'm tired, and it's just, let me just sort of thank you for coming and, out the way. And I did have my coughing spell, And then my nose starts running, and then I got to go blow my nose, and, it's like some people say, you got allergies. Hopefully not. Hey, thank you so much. And for those of you just coming in, if you have not, school starts Tuesday. Friday, this is Friday evening, got the weekend off. Monday is a work day. Tuesday, school starts. And we'll be back 5 days a week. And I'm pretty well geared up. I've got one kid. I've got 6 kids. I've got 3 7th graders and 3 8th graders as of right now, if they all show up. Don't have any 6th graders right now. It's a middle school. I work at a middle school, 6, 7, and 8. And got all their schedules, getting all the IEPs and behavioral plans and all the stuff for them. And got one of them that I got to get correction done on the schedule based on what the student should be taking. So we start Tuesday. And I'm usually there at 7, around 7. And I'm out usually a little after 4, 4:15. Wednesdays, I have to stay 4:30, 4:45, 5 o'clock sometimes. It is what it is. They have a bunch of new employees, a few first-time teachers, paraprofessionals that will work and support students. They've been in the process of interviewing and hiring and trying to get them on board. Let's just hope everybody shows up Tuesday, or we will have an interesting day. Did I hear Hillbilly Josh is in here? Did I miss him? Oh, Hillbilly Josh. Hello, Hillbilly. Welcome. I hear thunder. Means it might be getting ready to rain. I hope not. I haven't mowed the yard. I haven't mowed the yard. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, technology is a blessing when it works, and it's a curse when it doesn't. I had to go and reset all my passwords on my accounts for school. Got everything got everything working, except for one program, which I use to track and document student behaviors. I can't get into that, so I had to ask for help, and I've sent several messages, and they should get me straightened out Monday. You know, and it's funny. My one of my I've got two aides. One of them will be a new one. The other one's back with me. Well, my aide can get into that program because that aide can help me document. That aide can get into the program. I couldn't. It's like, what? Using last year's password, that aide could get into that aide's program. That aide's password would get that aide to that program. My password would not open the program, and it would not allow me to reset the password. So I'm not too pleased about that at this point. I'm not pleased, but it is what it is, and I'm dealing with it. I will deal with it. I go with it. You can't let anything ruin your day. Can't let anything ruin your day. And the other thing is, you have to be observant. This is hurricane season. Between June the 1st and November the 1st is hurricane season, storms. You got to keep track of the news. Got to check it periodically. Could be you're, so-and-so going about your business, and all of a sudden, it's like, well, you don't know what's going on. And it's like, oh, well, tomorrow there's going to be a hurricane, and you need to whatever, but everybody else knew about it days ago, and you're just now finding out. Look around. There are over 1,500 tornadoes every year in the United States. We average over 1,500 tornadoes. And tornadoes can do a lot of damage, and they can do more damage in small areas than hurricanes will do in the same area, because the winds are a lot higher. The winds are a lot higher. And they can, people get killed, billions of dollars of damages. And periodically you'll have 6, 8, 10 in an area that does some serious damage. We had something like 20 people over a period of 2 or 3 days in the North Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas area. I mean, 8 or 10 hurricanes over a period of a couple of days, and right at 20, I think 20 people got killed. 20 people were killed between all those different, storms. Billions of dollars worth of damage. So that's what preparedness is about. Being prepared. Young people go into the scouts. If you got kids and they're young, it would behoove you to, if they're scouting in your area, it would behoove you to go check into it and get them into scouting, boys or girls, get them into scouting and participate. Relive some of your youth. If you were a scout, I was a scout. Relive some of your youth. Relive, brings back memories of my youth and my father, and badges, working on badges, working on projects, and such, learning to do stuff. Really enjoyable time of my life. And I'm not watching to see who's commenting. Anybody else come in, 10 in the house. So Uncle Al keeps saying, have a script, stop reminiscing, stick to the script. Preparedness. Don't reminisce. Well, I haven't seen Uncle Al recently in the last few days. I know he's got some health issues, and I think he's dropped a couple of videos, and he's got like a bandage on his arm or something other. I guess he hurt himself or he got hurt. And he has left a couple of comments on my videos, and I appreciate that. And I will pay him back when I get back into my rhythm. I'm trying to get back into my rhythm. And he will be getting another little surprise in the mail from me. And I would tell you, and you know, Dave, I tell you, when you get yours, you and Echo get yours. Will be coming real soon. You don't have to send me anything. I just appreciate all the support that you give me. Um, you know, watching some of my videos and leaving likes and comments. I mean, I appreciate that. That's all the support I need from you. And then occasionally, we'll talk or we'll text. He'll tell me stuff or he'll send me stuff. He'll send me little messages or what's going on. He directed several of his videos during the storm to me, talked to me about them, and I prayed for him. I prayed for him and Echo and the grandchild and family and everything. And um, I pray for Uncle Al's health. I pray for Devil Dog Prepper, full recovery from his surgery. I know we were communicating and he was telling me about the pain. I can imagine he's in pain. I can imagine more tests, follow-up tests. Make sure they got it all. Make sure you're recovering, taking pain medication or going through whatever you've got to go through, trying to get back to where you were or get as close to where you were as possible prior to your surgery. And then having family and dealing with family. And he's got grandkids, I'm a little bit jealous about that because I don't have any grandkids right now. I hope to in the next few years have a few grandkids, but they'll be little, and hopefully I live to see them, grow up and everything. Hey, I pray. You talk about routines and following routines. Every day when I wake up, I thank God for the day. There may be a day I don't wake up. I won't know it. You go to sleep and you don't wake up. And the scriptures say that death is like sleep. It's like going to sleep, not waking up, and you're not dreaming because you're asleep. And then the next thing you know, the Lord's there, and it's all bright and shiny, and Judgment Day. Hopefully you pass the muster. Enrique Trevino, welcome, my friend Enrique. So every day you wake up and you thank God for the day, drink your coffee, take your medication. I got a refill. I take medication once a day. Don't hear anything, it's empty. So 4 in the morning for Saturday, I got to refill it because I ran out today. So I'll refill the medication in my little, and that's like a reminder to take it. Well, thank you, Holly. Yeah, I pray for those who need prayer. They ask for prayer. I pray for them. They don't ask for prayer. They need prayer. I pray for them anyway. And I believe in treating people the way I want to be treated. I try to lead by example. And there are channels, and I could read scripture, and I could quote a few scriptures. I try not to. I mention my faith, and hopefully we share faith. And and I often talk about when you pray, the Lord's gave you the Lord's prayer. When you pray, this is how you pray, and that's how I pray. I say that prayer, and I think about what it means. And when you ask for what, give us today our daily, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those. So if you want forgiveness, you've got to be forgiving. And sometimes it's hard. Somebody has really done you wrong. It's real hard. The talk about turning the other cheek. Somebody whacks you, turn the other cheek. My thing is, somebody whacks me or a kid whacks me, and I've had a few times when kids have whacked me or one of my aides. I don't press charges on them. And I remember for the future. It's like a learning experience. Everything's a learning experience. And we always, hindsight is 2020. We always know what we should have done after the fact. Hello, James. My friend James Ortiz, another really good content creator, puts out a lot of good shorts. Food. He puts out a lot of good food shorts. So, we all have a lot of acquaintances. Everybody in here, truthfully, everybody in here is an acquaintance. Now, I have a couple of good friends. I have a few good friends near me. I'm sure if we lived near each other and we were able to get together and spend time together, we would really become, most of us would become friends. The type of people you can count on, talk to. You need a little help. You need advice. I mean, I'm long distance. I don't charge. You don't have to give me anything. The advice I give is free. I do the best I can. I give sincere advice. I don't get paid by anybody. Nobody gives me, no businesses are giving me stuff to sponsor, to talk nice about. I use this and I use that. I buy everything I get. And I give you my sincere, this is what I think. I'm not going to post it on my community wall, recommend it, do a video on it. I do videos on stuff. I own it. I bought this. This is something I have that I will use or I use. So I try to be sincere. I treat people the way I want to be treated. I'm respectful. If I don't want anything have anything to do with you, I don't have anything to do with you. You live your life. I live my life. And I have had people that are acquaintances for a period of time where we watch each other's videos, we support each other's channel, we leave comments, we talk, and for whatever reason, somebody gets their feelings hurt. I have scared off or run off 2 or 3 channels over the years that were upset with me because they felt like I was disrespecting their faith or disrespecting their something other. Or comments I was making were misinformation or false, and they took offense at it. I'm sorry. I do not purposely give out false information. Normally, if I repeat something, it's been said quite a bit, and I've read articles about it, and I've talked to a doctor about it, or whatever. And there are certain things that YouTube do not like, and they'll block you in a hurry if you say the wrong thing. Whether you put your hand on the Bible and you swear to God, and you've got all these different people swear to God the same thing. Oh no, it's false information. So I try to be sincere, and I appreciate the people who support me and come in and listen to my videos or my live streams and leave comments. And if you're one of those people that does it for long enough, I wind up wanting to get payback, and I send you something usually. It's to show my appreciation and just to help you. My way of giving back. Michaela, hello, Michaela. But Mimi's place. Hello, Mimi. I'm not paying attention. I'm talking. Thank you for coming in. I sweat a lot today. I get up in the morning when I get ready to go to work, and I trim or do whatever I need to do, brush whatever I need to do, use the restroom, shower, get cleaned up, and then I'm clean when I go to work, deodorized and everything. Then over the course of the day, I sweat like a if I'm out and about. I mean, where I can just rub my whatever, and I'm just rubbing off sweat, dried sweat. You know, and I just sort of feel yucky. Like when I was younger, I usually took two showers a day. First thing in the morning when I get ready to go work, get off work, come home, hop in the shower, get cleaned up, and get the daily grime off of me. Now I'm lucky I do one a day. I do one usually do it in the morning. Now, yeah, I wash my hands, and I wash my face and all that sort of stuff. But as far as getting in, doing a shower, and doing all that, I do that about once a day. And it is what it is, and it's routine, and it's my routine. 12 in the house. And thank you for linking channels, Melinda. I appreciate that. 16 likes. So the idea, people write books. People sincerely write books, and I've read a couple of them that are about what do you do when stuff happens. I don't read the way I used to. I do not. Used to be people didn't have access to internet. They didn't have access to stuff on your phone. When I was growing up, the phone was a rotary dial phone with a wire that goes to the wall. You have an extension on it that's like 4 or 5 feet, little wall cord, and you got like maybe 4 or 5 feet from here to here. So, you got one or two in the house, usually like maybe your office area where you got like a desk or whatever, got a phone sitting on it. Maybe you got one in the kitchen, maybe you got one in the living room, one or two spots, where you can rotary dial. I can remember when we got our first punch dial, where you punch the digits. And that was back in the days, And we've had the phone for, going on 150 years probably. If you look at take 1875, or 1874, look at the amount of advancement between then and 150 years later today. Look at the advancements. And before the phone was invented, we already had the telegraph. Little, you could do letters with it. They had a language for it. So you could translate down the line. You'd pay to send a little message. Things have really changed. And if something were to happen, that's sort of like what we go back to. Over a period of time, if they weren't able to recover, your level of technology would go back to a couple of hundred years ago. Where were we a couple of hundred years ago? That's where you go to. You want to research how you'd be living. You'd be living the way that they did a couple hundred years ago. And you'd have a shorter life. because of that. Because of, you know, lack of modern medicine, possible lack of clean water, proper foods, things happening, accidents that before you go to the hospital or they whatever, it kills you. You know, you get bit by a poisonous snake. They've got stuff that they can use to keep you going. You won't have that. Different thing. You get shot, you get blood poisoning, you're dead a week later if you survive the shot. You know, no antibiotics. You know, think about that. And I don't say, yeah, like I was saying earlier about tornadoes. Yep, tornadoes. People get killed. Things happen. Not nice. Not nice at all. I'm glad you do. It's good. You can acquire some, and they'll last for a period of time. You know, especially if you can keep them like refrigerated. Um, if I have three 12-volt compressor driven refrigerator freezers and I only use one at a time, and you get decent quality ones, they might last you 4 or 5 years. Could last you 10, but chances are they'll go out. I had one go out. And you just use one at a time, and you've got solar panels, they'll last a long time. Lithium ion batteries will last a long time. So you can have a setup where you can have cold beverages, milk, water, your butter, your cheese, various things. You can have cold. You can have frozen, but I would just settle for cold. And take care of Devil Dog. And so if it goes out, I got spares. You can have several. I mean, I know people have several of them. They buy the less expensive ones, a couple $100, $250. They have 4 or 5 of them. And the idea is if something runs out and you can't get parts, and maybe you don't know how to do the repairs anyway, just okay, that one's no longer usable. Pull out another one. And that's the idea, is having redundancy. You know, having a good revolver, having a good repeating rifle, shotgun, pump gun, something that, as long as you got ammunition for it, do a little cleaning on it, lasts forever. And you want to have, plenty of ammunition. It'd be nice to have reloading equipment, know how to reload. The idea is, do you have what you need to get you through the crisis? Now, you can deal with a hurricane, storm, the deep freeze, and you survive it. And I mean, you get help within a week, and you've got supplies that'll get you through a week. FEMA says you should have a week's worth of supplies. You get supplies that get you through that week. Got water, got medication, got hygiene products, everything. Great. But what happens if that week turns into a month? Down in Puerto Rico, there were some places where 6 months before they had power back. Uh, like some of those neighborhoods in Houston, several weeks before you got the power back. When they had those storms in Louisiana, came into New Orleans and came into Louisiana, back to back, pretty bad hurricanes. Took a long time, did a lot of damage. You had people living in what they call FEMA trailers, the government, these cheap little trailers, not made well, you know. They give out all these FEMA trailers. People, families living in these little, small, little, cheap trailers. Anyone around Tennessee? That's good. You know, I have a picture of my pediatrician when I was a baby. He was with the doctor that delivered my mother's doctor, who delivered me. Both of my parents were born on the ranch. They were born in their family ranches. They weren't born in the hospital. And so I had a pediatrician, and I went to see him until I was about 25. I changed. He saw me from birth till about 25. My pediatrician. Corner Clubhouse Cobalt, how are you doing? Thank you for coming. So 13 in the house, 18 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. Gina, welcome, my friend Gina. Gina is an educational leader in her city, working on her getting ready for school year. Melinda's being a good co-pilot today. She's linking channels. Thank you so much. So I counsel people for what it's worth. My advice, get information which is free. You can go online and you can pull down lists. These are items that you should have for an emergency. I talk about them, different people talk about them. This is what you need to get you through an emergency. One of the things that you need to get you through an emergency that should be on everybody's list, a manual can opener. I show the same stuff all the time. It's got a bottle opener. I got these on sale, clearance at Walmart for $2 a piece. What a bunch of them. So, Dave and Uncle Al, they're going to be getting these when I do their follow-ups. Hadn't been putting them in boxes, but I'm going to put them in follow-up gifts. These and certain other things. And that way you can open a can. Hey, it's nice to have pop tops. Can peels, top peels off. What if you don't? Well, the electric can opener's not working. We got an electric can opener. They're not that expensive. Electricity's off. Don't have a way to power it. How are you going to open that can? You need a can opener. You need a couple. Why do you need a couple? Well, they break. It could break. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it lasts you a lifetime. But it could break. So the idea is you want redundancy. You want a second. Or even a third. You know? And one of those things you need to have. Bottled water. Very hot. You need to stay hydrated. So 8 glasses of water a day. 8 glasses a day. What's that? Well, a glass is considered 8 ounces. So 2 glasses, that's a pint, or basically a half liter. A liter is 2 pints, or basically 4 glasses. A liter is about 34 ounces. A quart is 32 ounces. That's a little bit more. So you should really drink 2 quarts, which is a half gallon, a day to stay hydrated. Now, if it's really hot weather and you're out working, you might drink twice that much. Like football season, you got these kids carrying around gallon jugs of water. They got to drink that jug that day. They got to drink that much water that day. A gallon. So you got to have water. Water's cheap. Get bottled water. If you go buy a bottle of drinking water or spring water or whatever, $1.25. You know. Can't live without water. You can't go long without it. And you can put nice stuff in. You can put beverage powders in it. I got tons of beverage powders. Different flavors, my flavors. I love Concord grape and I love lemonade. Now I have other flavors, but those are my 2 biggies. And I like tea and I like coffee. So I get lots of it. I don't want to run out. I'll be very unhappy if I don't have it. Doesn't cost a lot to have it. Hello, Life with Misty. Let me go in and see where you're at. Top chat. Hey, Life with Misty. Adding you as a moderator. I'm not paying attention who's in here. I'm just talking. You should have a standard moderator right now, Life with Misty. Welcome to my channel. I do preparedness, what you call prepping. And I like to talk about being prepared. Wheat, my friend, wheat. We do not like trolls because they say things that hurt our feelings. So if you prove yourself to be a troll, we excommunicate you. Excommunicate. Sorry for that term. My moist friend Wheat. I tell you what, Wheat, he's changed the name of his channel a little bit. It used to be Wheat and Shaw. Wheat is an outstanding artist. He's very artistic. He puts out beautiful artwork, and oftentimes he'll be working on art while he's doing a live stream. And you'll see shorts and you'll see videos of the stuff that he's working on doing. Very beautiful. And I wish I could watch everything that he put out and leave a nice comment and a like, and I get some of it, you know. But he is a good person to have as a friend. He is a good person he's very nice person. And he's a good person to connect with. You connect with him, he'll connect with you. And we share some past experiences together, things that we've done in the past. He can tell you stories about Walmart and employment and various things. I can tell you stories about Walmart, and you know. So 12 in the house, 21 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel. It'll be greatly appreciated. So it's just a suggestion. I would put together a list of what you need to get you through a week or two of disruption. And you have to consider who all's with you. So if you are the person that's putting together the supplies, you have to account for each person. So if you're saying you need two, let's say you need two cases of bottled water a week for one person, and you figure you need enough to last a week, and there are 4 people with you, then you need to multiply whatever you feel like you need to have for that week by 4 in order to be able to cover for that week. And that includes food. And you have to take in consideration food allergies. There are some people who have food, like the biggest food allergy is probably peanut butter. Some people it's like shellfish. Like my daughter's shellfish. She's allergic to shellfish. But you have to account for that. You also have to account for medication. Some people are more like you take insulin injections. You better be able to cover that. You take blood pressure medication. You take medication for different, you better be able to cover that. Hygiene. The water's not running, the sewer lines might not be flowing, no pumps, no water. You get water out of the tap. You can't drink pool water. Don't do that. You want to kill your kidneys and die in pain? Don't do that. No pool water. You got to think about these things. How are you going to communicate? Well, hey, I got cell phone. Okay. If there's no power, the cell phone towers aren't powered. So you're not going to get a signal. I'm going to get a signal. Do you have an emergency radio where you can get, the emergency messages? Radio. Some of the radios stations have their own generation. So if power's down, they can still put out a signal. Do you have a means to defend yourself? There's a disruption. Maybe you're in a rural area, maybe you're, inner city, whatever, there's a disruption. Law enforcement might not be working the way it normally does. Some of them are at home taking care of their own families. Can you defend yourself? Do you think about those things? You need to. You know, there's SHTF, and I hope there's not Teowaki. Teowaki translates sort of the end of life as we know it, or for an extended period of time. They had Teowaki in Puerto Rico. There's some places in Puerto Rico where they were without power after a hurricane for like 6 months. No electricity for 6 months. Disruptions to running water. Very hot there. Very hot. Very humid. What are you doing for food? I mean, I tell my kid, I tell my wife, something happens, you better be glad for what you have to eat, and don't complain about what you're eating, because you're eating. And there are people starving to death. So don't complain about what you're eating. And I mean, I try to get stuff and have stuff on hand and be prepared for stuff that decent to eat and nutritious and some good stuff too. Some of the goodies, sweet stuff. Try to take all that into consideration. But you're not drinking homogenized milk. You're not from the cow. You're drinking freeze-dried milk. You got to reconstitute it, and you better hope you got a way to cool it, because hot milk is not good. Warm milk is not good. It doesn't really taste good to me. If you got a way to refrigerate it, that's where those 12-volt refrigerator freezers come in. Compressor driven. That's where that comes in. You have a means to power it. It's running on 12 volt, which means that when it's cycling and it's running, it's probably running on less than 50 watts. And those big refrigerator freezers that you have in your home or in your garage are running over 1,000 watts. When those things crank up, they're using a lot of wattage. Even when they settle down, they're still using 400, 500 watts running or more. The newer ones are more efficient than the older ones. Some of those older ones are 20 years old and they're still running. So Isobar, hello Isobar, welcome. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for like number 22. 10 in the house. That's right, Enrique. Yeah, that's right. People are trying to kill zoo animals some places. So, and when it comes to the Second Amendment and having a weapon, I tell people, get yourself a 20 gauge pump shotgun. You can get a brand new one at Walmart for less than $200. You get a little sleeve for the stock, put on the end of the stock. Will hold like 6 rounds. Probably hold 4 in the gun, the shotgun. And you can clear a room. It's a close-in weapon. I mean, you can be 30, 40, you can be 100 feet away, but it's a close-in weapon. Like somebody's breaking into your house. And you don't have to be the best shot in the world. puts out a pattern. Now, the further it goes, the bigger the pattern becomes. But you got a pattern. So I tell people, get you a good 20 gauge pump shotgun, and hello, Mama, 4 boys. How are you doing? Thank you. So I'd like to say a couple things. I'm approaching 1,700 subscribers. When I reach 1,700 subscribers, I'm going to go back. I'm going to look at my last video. It may be the one that I've already released, which was the goodie box for the Black Widow. But I'm going to look at the last video I will have released. I'll write down all the names. Then I'll keep going back 4 more videos. Each one a check or cross out. And if you've left me a supportive like and supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos I will have released, and we're not talking shorts, we're not talking community wall posts, we're not talking lives, we're talking videos. I have released in the last 2 months 5 videos. If you have done this, then I will have your name in my hat when I do my drawing. I'll video it. Whoever wins will win the goodie box, and it'll be like the gift boxes I give out, plus it'll have a nice first aid kit in it. I mean, it'll have between putting it together and sending it to you, I'm out $100. And every 100 subscribers I've been doing it. And if you're not in the United States and I send it to you, it's a lot more than $100, because like when I sent Claudette, and she was one of my winners, she lives across the border in Canada, that $15 postage to send that box, which is normally about what I pay, was over $60. And that was over a year ago. It's probably gone up since then. So remember that. I've told you. You can't, not 4 videos, not 3 videos, 5 videos. I have to hold the line on that. And if you won before, you can win again. So please remember the Scout motto. And I was a Scout. I was a Weeblo. There are Cub Scouts, Weeblos, and the boy Girl Scouts. I was a Weeblo, and then I was a Scout. I didn't complete it. That was a period of time when my father passed away, and I stopped. But I hear you, Wheat. I try to be generous to my friends, my supporters. I give back. It's my way of giving back. I used to give to the church. I used to give to, organizations that do good things, and a lot of that's administrative cost. But I found that I enjoy giving to people I know, or that people I know need. I give back that way, helping people. It's like a ministry. Teaching is a ministry. It's like a ministry. So there's that. I will plan on being back tomorrow for another edition, and I'll try to do some view time, and I will run a playlist and try to give some people some watch time for their their live streams. Give back. Remember, treat people the way you want to be treated. When you get up in the morning, thank God for the day. Say the Lord's Prayer. Drink your coffee or your tea or whatever. Take your medication. Contemplate the day. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. Thank you. Have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.